I'm your host, Heather Dawson, and welcome to our summer edition of RC Spotlight, an exciting program highlighting businesses here in Rancho Cucamonga. Another reason to work, play, and live in our beautiful city. Well, more and more people are bringing their businesses to Rancho Cucamonga, which just so happens to be a new slogan here in our city. Let's find out more about the Bring Your Business to Rancho program that encourages businesses to take the commute out of work.
Bringing new business and in turn new jobs to our community has always been a big goal of our city council. Now the folks here at City Hall have launched a new program that asks you to help them in attracting business to our city. It's called Bring Your Business to Rancho Cucamonga, or BYB2RC, a program designed to take the commute out of the workday by getting the employers of local residents to consider moving their business to Rancho Cucamonga.
It's a new online tool to help attract businesses into the community. And we're appealing to our residents who work outside the city to contact their employer and bring them to Rancho Cucamonga.
Here's how it works. Residents who'd like to see their employer move to the city can go to the Bring Your Business to Rancho Cucamonga website at byb2rc.com and fill out a short form.
The website is there for the employee to submit the form. It could be anonymous, or it could come with a recommendation from the employee. That information is then sent to city staff here, and city staff then follows up with a phone call or a letter to gauge the interest of the company, and then the city does the rest. We will try with our professional staff, try to meet with the company and try to help them make that decision to locate here in Rancho Cucamonga. Aside from that, the website also has some good information in terms of the benefits of locating in Rancho. So as part of filling out the form and submitting that, they will download some information, a packet of business information that they can hand to their employer as well.
The idea of this non-traditional approach is to utilize existing relationships between employers and employees to let companies outside of the area know about the benefits of doing business in Rancho Cucamonga.
This is a unique way to attract businesses to Rancho Cucamonga, and so rather than the typical approach of putting ads in industry journals and magazines, we're using what we think are established relationships with existing companies and using those employees to contact the companies and hopefully get in touch with us.
The whole process is designed to be simple, but those tips from people like you could pay huge dividends for both the city and its residents.
Obviously, Rancho Cucamonga has many amenities that make businesses successful here in Rancho Cucamonga, and so we're hoping to show those companies how successful they can be here in Rancho. At the same time, we're hoping to bring that business closer to their employees and hopefully in the long run improving their quality of life.
And to show the city's appreciation for your help, each person who submits an entry will get a Community Leader Certificate from the City Council and 2 tickets to an upcoming Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball game. You already live and play here. Why not help bring your job to Rancho too? Go to byb2rc.com to get more information and to submit your employer's name and contact info. It's a move that could benefit us all. From City Hall, I'm David Wiley for RC Spotlight. There is no mistaking the beautiful lodge-style building here at the Bass Pro Shops in Rancho Cucamonga. And as beautiful as it is on the outside, inside you're going to find one of the most amazing and unique shopping experiences anywhere. From the time you enter the Bass Pro Shop, the sheer size of the store and the incredible attention to detail will absolutely amaze you.
Everybody that comes in here, that comes in for the first time, is an ooh and an ah person, and we get all kinds of feedback that say that I'm not really a big outdoor person, but I thoroughly enjoyed Bass Pro because it was fun to walk around, and we really do, I think, an outstanding job of depicting the outdoors and of giving people a very, very relaxing environment that they can just come and enjoy as a family together.
The Rancho Cucamonga Bass Pro Shop opened in 2007. And it's a nearly 200,000 square foot paradise for outdoor enthusiasts. Whether it's hunting, fishing, camping, or boating, you'll find it here.
We have everything you need for hunting, fishing, camping, and to accessorize your boat and for marine. But really anybody could be a Bass Pro customer because we carry terrific apparel, we carry footwear, we carry gifts, but 200,000 square feet of almost everything imaginable to enjoy the outdoors.
Bass Pro Shop is patterned after an early 20th century hunting or fishing lodge with a rustic interior that features a traditional fireplace combined with waterfalls, live fish displays, and more than 3,500 unique antiques and one-of-a-kind decorations, many of them saluting local landmarks and outdoorsmen.
If you go into our tracker boat area, you'll see a great-looking mural of Big Bear Lake. There's also one of Silverwood Lake. It's really a beautiful store in terms of just what there is to look at. There's over 400 mounted taxidermy here in the store, and there's also photos from various historical societies all throughout Southern California that depict what people were doing as outdoor enthusiasts in the earlier days.
The Bass Pro Shop has other unique features like the arcade shooting gallery, a live fire gun range, and an archery range, along with a kids' play area and a homemade fudge shop. There's also the beautiful Isla Mirada Fish Company restaurant. Fashioned after a Florida Keys eatery, it features an incredible 11,000-gallon saltwater aquarium. The Bass Pro Shop's impact on the local economy has been unmistakable. The store employs 375 people and is a big contributor to our local tax base. But the store also has a philosophy of giving back to the community, in part by offering free events like fishing and camping classes, kids' BB gun training, as well as other events around the holidays.
We're a very family-oriented store, and that's why we do all of the community events that we do. We want to get families together here at Bass Pro, and just to enjoy the store, but we also, of course, are enthusiastic about getting them into the outdoors so they can fish and hunt together as a family.
So whether you're an experienced outdoorsman, a weekend warrior, or wanting to learn, or just looking for a fun excursion with the family, make a stop at the Bass Pro Shop in Rancho Cucamonga. I'm David Wiley for RC Spotlight.
Founded in 1954, Lennar Homes is a nationwide company that's becoming a Rancho Cucamonga standard. One reason is because Lennar builds luxury homes at affordable prices, homes designed to fit the modern family, from first-time home buyers to adult communities for the 55 and over group. One of Lennar's aims is to help buyers save money by cutting down on their need to spend extra dollars on interior designs and items.
Lennar takes pride in its Everything Included program, where consumers can come in and purchase a home and not have to worry about adding additional upgrades to the home. We offer granite countertops, stainless steel appliances, and much more.
Lennar first began building in Rancho in 2002, and to kick off its return, the community, builders, and city leaders took part in a ribbon-cutting ceremony where the company also introduced 3 new floor plans ranging from about 2,300 square feet to 4,000 square feet. 30 homes will be built in what they're calling a boutique community. They include gourmet-style kitchens, private living quarters for older family members or children returning home to live that even feature separate entrances. But Lennar Homes is about much more than the aesthetic and social appeal of its designs. Doing its part to improve the environment is also a major factor in the construction of the homes.
Some of the things that we're very proud of is our tankless water heaters. Tankless water heaters will give you water on demand versus having to heat a large tank of water all day long. Our homes also come equipped with solar. Our solar guarantees a minimum of 20% on their electric bill.
And even when the homeowners are away, they're still in control of what's going on inside the house through Lennar's Nexia system. Nexia allows the home's heat and electricity to be controlled remotely, along with allowing for keyless entry and camera monitoring inside and outside the property. And it's been nearly a decade since the last Lennar home was built in the city, and the company is enjoying being welcomed back. In Rancho Cucamonga, I'm Tiffany Carter for RC Spotlight.
Nothing says summertime like baseball, and the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes are in full swing. David Wiley takes us to the Lone Mart Field.
Nothing says spring like the start of baseball season. And April 3rd, fans flocked to Lone Mart Field to see the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes' first game of the season. The Quakes' opening day festivities had a true hometown community feel. Local Little Leaguers greeted the Quakes players as they were introduced before the game. A choir from Grapeland Elementary School was on hand to perform the national anthem, followed by a flyover by a Sheriff's Department helicopter. Then the Rancho City Council threw out the first pitches with the Rancho Cucamonga Police Department Bloodhounds, Deja and Dare on hand. Also on hand was legendary Dodgers manager Tommy Lasorda, who greeted fans during the pregame ceremony. All part of a successful opening night. And it's all part of the Quakes' effort to make coming to the ballpark a family-friendly good time.
We definitely think we're the summertime thing to do. You know, we continue to offer affordable family entertainment. You know, you can bring a family of 4 out here to the ballpark, not break the bank, and really it's a safe atmosphere that you can bring your entire family and feel good about. You know, you're watching future big leaguers. You know, you're getting high fives from Tremor and the guys dancing down on the dugout. It's a neat experience, and we're just happy to bring that to the community.
And Rancho Cucamonga fans are responding by making the Quakes their hometown team.
We continue to improve our attendance. Last year we were up 7%, and that just speaks to how the fans react to the product out here. You know, we like to provide affordable family entertainment. We think we're doing the right thing, and you know, the results continue to show that. The fan support is just awesome. We're awfully proud of that support, and we like to toot their horn because that's what keeps us going, is great fan support.
The Quakes first came to Rancho Cucamonga at the start of the 1993 season and won the Cal League Championship in 1994. Since then, they've really become an important part of our community.
This team is incredibly important to the community, not only on baseball nights, but during the year. The young men do so much for the community. You've got managers, coaches, and everything else that have become part of the community. They make such a difference to all of us. They really do.
And nothing brings the community and sports fans together like the opening game. And certainly everybody's having a great time here tonight, but the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes have lots planned the entire season. Plenty of reasons to come out and enjoy the ballpark. The Quakes are currently a minor league affiliate of the Los Angeles Dodgers, and they've had many players that have gone on to the major leagues to become big stars, including Dodgers sensation Yasiel Puig and Angels slugger Mike Trout. And this season's roster has plenty of promising talent as well.
As far as the talent on the field, the Dodgers have supplied us with a number of big names. A young 17-year-old pitcher out of Mexico that's getting some really terrific headlines. A couple of first-rounders that are really going to set the stage nicely for the fans and create some excitement. Josh Beckett is here as part of our opening week celebrations here on a rehab assignments. Fans love to come out to the ballpark and see those, not only the future Dodgers, but the current rehabbing Dodgers that are on their way back to the big leagues.
And on top of those players and the great action on the field, there's also great food. A new kids' fun zone along the right field line, and plenty of promotions that include fireworks, food specials, and giveaways.
Our promotional schedule is full of different Dodger promotions. We're doing a Brian Wilson bobble beard promotion, which is a lot of fun. And, of course, Yasiel Puig, who's taken the nation by storm. We're awfully proud of him to say that he's a former Quake. So the promotional schedule is littered full of really cool stuff, and it's going to be a great year at Lone Mart Field.
To get details on all the upcoming promotions, games, and to buy tickets, you can visit the Quakes website at rcquakes.com. Certainly you can stop by the box office at the stadium. From Lone Mart Field, I'm David Wiley for RC Spotlight. We're standing on the site of a new multi-million-dollar project that is already bringing hundreds of construction jobs and promises thousands of more jobs in the future. Construction is already underway on a massive $150 million warehouse complex on the southeastern side of the city. The Goodman Logistics Center will be located on a 75-acre site near the intersection of Arrow Route and Etiwanda Avenue. The plans call for 2 huge state-of-the-art warehouses.
We're standing on the Building 2, which is a 1 million square foot facility. Behind that, behind the mound over my shoulder, is the 555,000 square foot second building. The small building will be finished in March of 2015, and this larger facility will be completed in May of 2015.
To give a sense of how big these warehouses will be, the pad where the larger warehouse will sit is 1/4 mile long. Once completed, developers are hoping to land large procurement companies to use the facilities as a major distribution point for their goods. The Rancho Cucamonga site was attractive because of its close proximity to the 10 and 15 freeways, as well as the Southern California ports.
This particular site, what's attractive about it is that it can accommodate 2 trips a day to the port versus some of the sites further east in the Inland Empire East that would take maybe 1 trip a day.
The project has already been an economic boon to the local workforce. Some 700 construction jobs will be created during the building process, and there's a potential for 3,000 to 4,000 warehouse jobs once it's completed.
Those will be well-paying jobs because our studies have shown nationally that the warehouse job of today and tomorrow is one that's much more higher tech and has higher requirements of that employee than the warehouse and fulfillment worker of the past. We're finding that they're roughly 20 to 30% higher than retail jobs at both the entry-level job as well as a supervisory job.
In addition to jobs, the project also promises to be a huge contributor to the city in the form of property and sales taxes.
What was here before was a manufacturing plant that was built 40 years ago for pipe, underground concrete pipe. And it didn't have a high property value from a building improvement standpoint, so we have property taxes. We also have the taxes that will be generated from on-site sales of inventory that will be in these buildings, and because of the quick turnover nature of it, they can be quite substantial over the course of a year.
And the developers of the Goodman Logistics Center are praising the city and its leadership for its progressive attitude toward attracting business for the 21st century.
What we're finding nationally is a movement towards job creation, towards balance sheet management of their cities, and in this town, Dennis Michael and our city manager has done a tremendous job in making that a major priority.
And while no clients have officially signed on to occupy the giant facilities, talks are underway with several large international companies.
I will say that they're going to be household names, most likely, and if not, they will be household names to those of us in the fulfillment industry that understand how products get moved from overseas into our homes.
So with the promise of thousands of jobs and a huge property and sales tax base on the horizon for the city, construction of the Goodman Logistics Center bodes well for the future of Rancho Cucamonga. I'm David Wiley for RC Spotlight.
A successful small business owner and dedicated longtime Rancho Cucamonga resident, Coy Dahlstrom is the essence of what makes Rancho Cucamonga an exemplary city.
I think it's important for people to have dance, music, drawing, art, something that is spiritual, that you have to draw from within, and that gives you enjoyment.
As the proud owner of the Inland Valley Dance Academy, Coy has grown her business within Rancho for over 15 years, working hand in hand with the city every step of the way.
I would have quit easily before I even got 5 years in without the up and the knowledge and just everything. There's, you name it, from the accounting to just everything you can imagine involved.
A dancer most of her life, Coy never envisioned that one day she would own her own business until she began work back in the mid-90s with the Small Business Development Center located in the Chamber of Commerce, and shortly opened the doors of her very own dance studio.
January of 1997, I opened my doors. So all along in between there, though, I was freelancing. I was renting from anybody in town that would loan me a back room from the gym or the church or wherever and teaching the kids, and I had a great following. So I just continued, opened the business, and started with a card table as a desk, but we had a dance floor and bars, and dance bars, and stayed at that location till about 2004.
After closing the doors on that small studio 5 years ago, Coy has since expanded her teaching to offering classes through Parks and Recreation for years, working with students at Chaffey College, and offering classes through the city at Central Park for a program called Tiny Dancers that caters to young kids and teens.
And Coy continues to reinvent herself by taking her classes throughout Rancho Cucamonga and not limiting herself to any age ranges or skill levels.
I've been a dancer my entire life, since I was 3. And I'm still going and blessed with good health, and I'll probably teach as long as I can. I don't have any reason not to. Dance has been good to me, and I've been blessed with good health. I love the children, I love the young people at the college level, and it's a very fulfilling job.
For RC Spotlight, I'm Conchetta DeLuco.
For the first 70 years of the last century, the region that is now Rancho Cucamonga was primarily used for agriculture. The communities of Alta Loma, Etiwanda, and Cucamonga were home to acres and acres of vineyards that supported the numerous area wineries, as well as citrus and nut orchards, and even local canning and bottling operations.
The city had basically the major rail line, which was the Pacific Electric Rail, that went up to Alta Loma and Etiwanda so that there could have packing houses there along the rail to get out produce to other locations.
But by the 1970s, families from LA and Orange County started moving to the area seeking affordable housing. By 1975, there were concerns about how the region was growing and how it would develop in the future. So area leaders formed the Tri-Community Incorporation Committee to push for cityhood. And in late 1977, voters approved incorporation and the city of Rancho Cucamonga was created with an initial population of about 44,000. And it was that first city council that really set the stage for future development in Rancho Cucamonga.
In the early 80s, the city actually created their first general plan, and at that time, it was the city with a plan. They really wanted to look at the opportunities throughout the community and plan for the best possible development. So at that time, they started looking at where the major commercial development should be, where existing residential uses were, and how to identify the best locations to keep compatibility between those different types of uses.
That plan set out clear guidelines for how the city would be developed for a multitude of uses.
It was identified in the north end that there should be mostly residential in the north end with some small neighborhood commercial centers, and that along Foothill Boulevard would be the major commercial, which was also Route 66. Later then, they looked at creating an office corridor along Haven Avenue and then industrial in the southern portion of the city.
With that plan from the first city council and the guidance and expertise of city staff, Rancho Cucamonga began developing large-scale housing in the mid-1980s.
For instance, Terra Vista planned community was developed, which had a multitude of different types of housing opportunities, including multifamily, single-family, as well as a very large commercial complex.
With the housing boom in the 1980s, Rancho Cucamonga's population exploded to more than 100,000 residents by 1990. So the 1990s brought a plethora of new projects to Rancho, including a new civic center, the Epicenter Baseball Stadium where the Quakes play, as well as the Empire Lakes Golf Course, a new library, and a new animal center. It was also at this time that the city set aside areas for industrial use, mostly south of Arrow Highway. By the early 2000s, the city's general plan was updated once again for creation of the 103-acre Central Park, development of the popular Pacific Electric Trail, and the massive 1.3 million square foot Victoria Gardens Mall. Today, Rancho Cucamonga covers more than 40 square miles and is home to more than 170,000 residents. And while development continues, there is a slightly different approach.
We still have some developable land, but not as much as we used to. So the city has changed in terms of how we're going to develop the rest of the community. We're looking at development that's more compatible with existing development in that area.
Rancho Cucamonga has certainly come a long ways in its first 35 years or so, but it is the city with a plan, and that careful planning early on can be credited for the successes of today.
I think early on identifying the plan for the city was very important because it really created the community identity that we have today. And one of those was to have great education opportunities, good community facilities, great services, and that's what we've done through the build out of the city and through the general plan. That's why people do move to the city, because of those services and the education opportunities that we have here in Rancho.
In Rancho Cucamonga, I'm David Wiley for RC Spotlight.
Well, that'll do it for the summer edition of RC Spotlight, where we showcase how to live, work, and play in our beautiful city of Rancho Cucamonga. If you tuned in late, don't worry, you can always watch us on Channel 3, and we also are online. I'm your host, Heather Dawson. We'll see you next time.
I'm starving. What's for breakfast?
Guten Tag!
Johannes, Franz!
I bring you arts-enriched Raisinblams, fortified with increased test scores and creative problem-solving skills.
It's good!
And good for you. Bobby? Susie? Don't worry, that's just the power of the arts!
Feed your kids the arts. For 10 simple ways to learn how, visit AmericansForTheArts.org. Treat your family to Van Gogurt, packed with live and active culture to boost kids' math and reading skills.
It's sure to satisfy your hunger for inspiration.
Feed your kids the arts. For 10 simple ways to learn how, visit AmericansForTheArts.org.
Raisinblams make you grow up smart and successful so you can be a doctor, lawyer, handsome, genius composer. Like me.
Feed your kids the arts. Visit AmericansForTheArts.org.
Sounds like you could use some Van Gogurt. It's fortified with arts-rich nutrients to improve your math and reading skills. Catch!
Van Gogurt, thanks. So what's the deal with your ear?
Always with the ear, huh?
Feed your kids the arts. For 10 simple ways to learn how, visit AmericansForTheArts.org.
I'm starving. What's for breakfast?
Guten Tag!
Johannes, Franz!
I bring you arts-enriched Raisinblams, fortified with increased test scores and creative problem-solving skills.
It's good!
And good for you. Bobby? Susie? Don't worry, that's just the power of the arts!
Feed your kids the arts. For 10 simple ways to learn how, visit AmericansForTheArts.org.
It's fun to sing,
Zippity zip zip zin zin zin.
dance, and play music every day.
Yeah, go for it!
Doing something artistic inspires creativity and helps you succeed in school and life.
Hooray!
Play music, paint, and dance together as a family.
Come on, team!
Blast off with the arts.
Blast off!
For 10 ways to add the arts into your life, visit AmericansForTheArts.org.
Treat your family to Van Gogurt, packed with live and active culture to boost kids' math and reading skills.
It's sure to satisfy your hunger for inspiration.
Feed your kids the arts. For 10 simple ways to learn how, visit AmericansForTheArts.org.